All right. You see a lot of us, or you see me and Purple play games together all the time, and I think it's time that I finally did a game of my own here, a little let's play that I was gonna do for you guys. So this game, the Stanley Parable, looks really fun. Uh, a lot of people have told me I should try it, and I was like, hey, you know, it'd be really awesome is recording this. The next game I plan to do on my own after this would be Alan Wake. Now, personally, I'm a little bitch, so that game absolutely terrified me the first time well, I haven't beaten it. I played through quite a bit, and it just absolutely terrified me at certain parts. So, if you notice, I don't have a camera set up. My webcam's being a little stupid. So I'm gonna actually have to go get, like, my real camera for the next time I do a Let's Play. And we'll get my real camera and set it up for you guys, and it'll be super awesome, guaranteed. Alright then. I think with that being said, we should get started here. So, oops, sorry, the audio went out there for a second. Just gonna go ahead. Begin the game. Let's see what. The end is never, the end is never, the end is loading. Good. That's how I like my ends.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor.
I would like to
desk,
say that
telling him what buttons to push.
I do really enjoy the narration in this game already.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I don't know why, but I have
And
this
then one
thing.
day, something very peculiar happened.
Okay.
Something that would forever change Stanley.
Oh, I don't
Something
get to stay
he
happy?
would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This
is like The Office meets the zombie apocalypse or something. What the hell?
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right, let's step out of my office. I think that's where I take over. Do I take over here? I do. Okay, cool. I have control. I am in control of the Stanley. So I have this strange, like, I love playing narrative games. Like, Thomas Was Alone was one of my, I pretty much enjoyed that. Can I just, like, not do anything yet? Oh, I guess not.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
really? I
to
wasn't
go to the
talking or
meeting
anything.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm going to the meeting room now. Thanks for dictating my life, voice. This kind of reminds me of that joke about Morgan Freeman where, you know, he says it and then it happens. Like, he doesn't narrate life. Or he doesn't narrate what happens in life. What he says happens in life. It's kind of the game makes me think of that. Yeah, but Thomas Was Alone and games like this, I love these narrative-driven games. They're pretty nice. They get a really nice connection with you. And the fact that they have this, like, almost calming Britishy voice just works. Makes me happy. Oh, look at that guy. That guy's got a messy office. Fuck you and your messy office, sir. Mine's clean. All I've got is a computer and a coffee cup. There's another one. Oh, look, there's a ladder going to the ceiling. Maintenance one. I hate Mondays. I actually had a mug that said that when I worked at Someplace I was working
When
at.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What if I enter the door on the right? Rebel! Ah!
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, so like, if I pick a different option what the narrator says, he's basically like, no, fuck you, I narrate your life, and he's all, yeah, well, he obviously is going to go do this. Well, fuck you, narrator, I'm gonna try to defy you at every turn, because you're clearly trying to help me, so I'm gonna
Yes,
not help.
truly a room worth admiring.
Hey.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
I wouldn't
Stanley
call it
simply stood
immaculate.
here, drinking it all in.
Alright, calm down, sir. I'm gonna have to ask you to calm down. Me and this narrator are not gonna get along. I already know this. He's trying to run my life.
But eager to get back to
What?
business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
What if I take the first open door on my right? Like, I really do want to follow his instructions, but I'm not going to.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, if there was ever something that was true about me, it was that phrase right there. I hate following directions. Look, doesn't this look much more fun than the meeting room, though? Look at this. It's like a cargo lift. And there's a penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. What? Okay.
Look, Stanley,
hey,
I think
it's
perhaps
moving.
we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not sure.
I actually-
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing...
Oh god, I can!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
What the fuck is this game? That's awesome. I'm all the way back here. God damn
All
it.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
That was
missed a memo.
awesome. That was awesome. Oh man, how much time do we have left for this? Let me check here. Oh, okay. Oh wow, yeah, we got a good long time. Let's go do that wrong again. That was hilarious. I want to see what happens if I don't jump off. Like, so there must be. I mean, there must be a way that the story ultimately leads you back to the
When Stanley came to
main
a set of
location.
2 open doors,
Because, like, you know,
he
I have
entered
left
the
or
door on
right.
his left.
So if I go through the right,
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Okay.
Stanley knew it
No,
perfectly well.
fuck you.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
mean,
admire it.
I've never played this. So how does this work? So then, okay, I'm
Wow.
admiring this,
Yes,
you know,
this
immaculate
room. What a beautiful room.
Can I just skip?
What a
like,
gorgeous, but eager to get back to
Okay,
business, Stanley took the first open
Because we've
door
already
on
heard
his
this.
left.
It's, I love the guy's voice. It's so soothing. So I think if I took this door, I would end up back in that left hallway. So obviously, to be a rebel, I have to go this direction and get fired.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I want to replace every time he says. I want to have my British friend record him go like Kaito, and then I want to like put it over where it says Stanley every single time. Because like this
Stanley,
game is
I
just
think
so
perhaps
me.
we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Damn right
I'm
we
not
have.
Your enemy. Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
What are we... Whoa, what are we talking about? Oh, this is interesting. I've somehow managed to destroy the story, and now we're talking about a her. Who is a her? What is this? Just a pitch black room with
That's
a phone
her,
and
Stanley.
a light.
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to
Okay.
her. If you can truly place your faith in another, Then pick up the phone.
I swear to God, if it's gonna be my mother. Wait, how do I... Oh, I left click. Is that like the you didn't follow rules ending? What?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
You could do that, I guess. I'm afraid to go inside, though. You scare me, sir. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Yeah, no. So, we're going inside so he can show us what he means. Is that what we were talking about before I had...
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh. Oh. No, see... But see, I don't want to die.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh, now he's just being a dick. Press the 4... No, I'll press F. I'll press 2, 3.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
It actually won't let me do other things.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
Well, this narrator's kind of a dick.
Except that he's chosen this life.
Good Lord. You, sir, are a dick.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I press 8. Why is that the button to watch TV?
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Wait, I'm confused. So, am I, is this all just, I'm imagining this? Wait, did I, figure out the game before I played it by going the wrong direction because I wanted to defy the British guy?
So, he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
I mean...
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
I don't have kids.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head, he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Oh, God damn it.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I wonder if I actually just sit here and wait if something's gonna happen. They had to think that someone would think of that. And they must have maybe put something... Anything? No? Alright.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press H to question nothing. I question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps,
oh, man.
Well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe
we're going to do it again, aren't we? You're going to make me do it again, aren't you?
I tried again. And
Please
Stanley
die.
pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
I don't like the direction this game is Oh. What happened? What did I do? I broke it. I broke the British guy. This is what happens when you break British people. They kill you. Okay, wait, what? Well, the office is different
All
now.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Why are you
Stanley
different?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why is it different now? What? Wait, what? Wait, what? No, they're fucking with me. Fucking with me. This is me getting fucked with right here. They're not going to give me an option this time.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
So is it different if I go through the right door now? Like, will this look different? I'll just go through the left one. Apparently the only way I can save myself is to follow this British guy's word. That isn't the most egotistical thing.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
now
of
obviously...
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I'm just gonna go ahead and... Do not alter without consulting whiteboard. They have a whiteboard manager. Sweet. They're like actually literally what Termination Tuesdays. Oh man. That's funny. With this, we're broke Wednesdays. Pranking floors meeting. What is that? Pranking floors meeting. Weekly review. Office party. Oh my god. What is that? Rip Franz. Oh, did Franz die? Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Push for funding. This is awesome because they like actually, it looks like an office. Like, look, there's like erase marks. This is actually really well done. I'm enjoying this because I'm one of those people that can't just do what you're told in a game and follow a linear storyline. I have to explore a little. Like, storylines are awesome, but I like to explore. And the fact that I can... Okay, now... Oh, this thing's changing. Solve interpersonal... Oh, what are your dreams for the future? Nature, talk, radio, mitosis, a boat. What? Metamorphosis? Less air. Yes, I often dream of a world with less air. And comatose. Talk less, do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation of a promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. You know, I think not getting fired is a... Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. That would be counterproductive. Using slides or sharp... Make sure your slide is a slick blue graphic in the header.
He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything.
Oi,
this is why
I didn't ask
Stanley
you,
and I
you
are on
fucking
such
wank.
good terms.
Well, you're the asshole. You started... I'm talking to him. He can't hear me. Why am I talking to him? He can't hear me. Number of slides on this slide. Rate it with charts on the same slide to pick the same information. I'm actually enjoying reading these charts because I am someone that likes charts. Rate of increase in graphics per slide. Please no more charts. Oh wait, I think it knows I'm staring at it. Because there's no way in hell that it's... Those weren't cycling before. Those are new. See, now it's into... Oh, maybe it is cycling. Inclined towards conflict unless you're the... Okay. Anyways, let's see what this says. Stripes. Stripes are good. Colored in segment. Stock market is somewhere there. I mean, it is interesting. I'm actually working on designing a game, so when I play games like this that are these, you know, smaller games, and I see all these, like, you know, just it's just so good. Monetized, free to play. Yes! Fall into the A group. What is that? Why is the broom closet humming? I don't believe you!
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, now see, I'm presented with a choice to walk downstairs instead of upstairs, in which case, fuck you, British guy. Oh man, look how creepy.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then
I don't think
something
that's how
occurred to
counting
Stanley.
works.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh, son of a...
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No,
oh my
Stanley
God,
said to himself,
yes.
this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield. And it
I'm supposed to be, like,
it
constantly
was so much
going...
fun, and Stanley marveled
This
that
is
he'd
actually
still
really
not
cool.
woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
It is a loop. This is awesome.
Voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking. Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Does this just keep... Oh, it does. It just, like, literally keeps going. I can just keep walking.
In his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
I am. Not
Everything
actually.
will be fine.
She'll be apples.
I am okay.
If I sit up and I'm in my office. Nope, I'm right where I left off.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone
Stanley
tell me I am
began
real. I must be
screaming.
real. I must be. Can anyone
Oh,
hear my
shit's
voice?
getting real.
Who am
Holy
I? Who
crap.
am I? And everything went black.
Oh, well, thanks. At least he didn't just
This
Sopranos
is the
me.
story of a woman named Mariella.
Wait, what?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her
What?
belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her... She remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
I'm
then
guessing
she
the
turned
body's
and
Stanley. Okay, I'm gonna restart back in the office, aren't I? Yes, I did. Oh, look, it's different again. Well, you know what? I think this is a good
All
place.
of his co-workers were gone. What
Oops.
could it mean?
Well, I think this is a good place to stop here, because I am going to pick up here on the next episode of the Stanley Parable. So far, phenomenal, loving it. A bit of a mind fuck, if you ask me. But hey, that makes it, you know, all the more enjoyable, I guess, to fucking the mind. 'Cause who doesn't love fucking? Stuff like that. Tell you one thing or another. Like, they've speculated. Like, he even said, like, was this all a dream? Was it dreaming? He was dreaming, and then they find him dead, so we know it's not a dream.
Them further on track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,